some reason, countersteering still seems to be completely misunderstood in motorcycling. There's, of course, the people who don't believe in countersteering at all, but I believe that to be the minority at this point in time. But the vast majority of people still, for some reason, think that countersteering only works above a certain speed. And they think that because when we first started to understand countersteering, we thought that it was based simply off of the gyroscopic effect of the wheels. And if you change the axis of a gyroscope, if you change the axis a gyroscope is spinning on, you'll change the angle, the pitch of that gyroscope. So we thought that by turning the bars in one direction, it would lean the bike to the other simply because of gyroscopic precession. But the fact is, all of the geometry of a motorcycle makes countersteering work, and it works at any speed. A very simple way to prove that is to just go slowly. The people who advocate the idea that countersteering only works above a certain speed will often say that you steer a slow-moving motorcycle like a bicycle, which is true, because on a bicycle you also countersteer. It's just that people don't tend to think about it. You very quickly have to learn to countersteer, or you crash, and it becomes subconscious. So to test this out, let's say I want to go to the left, so I'm going to turn to the left. First thing that happens is the bike leans and all of a sudden wants to go the other way. I'm only going 15 kilometers an hour here. So let's try left. Well, now I'm going right. Let's try turning to the right. Well, and there we go to the left. It doesn't matter how fast you're going. If you turn the wheel to one direction, the bike will want to lean the other direction. Turn the wheel right, go left. It doesn't matter how fast you're going, because an object in motion will stay in motion unless acted on by another force. So if you're going straight and you turn the bike to the right, the bike wants to keep going forward, and that movement will make the bike pitch over to the other side. That is why countersteering works at any speed. So here we are again, going 18, 19 kilometers an hour. Let's go left. Oh, now we're going right. Now obviously I am exaggerating these movements because that's important to show what's actually happening. People don't get what's going on because most of the time you don't have to do such extreme movements. It's just a tiny little bit of movement to one side will move you over to the left or to the other. But if you exaggerate it, you can see what's really going on. If you make it a point of doing it, then it comes out of the subconscious into the conscious, and you get to really understand it. So 16 kilometers an hour. I want to go left, so I turn the wheel left, and I'm screwed. Let's try it even slower. Let's go 6 kilometers an hour. Turn the wheel left, and now I'm going right. Now I am not pulling the wheel, the handlebars back in the other direction. That is automatically happening because as I turn to one side, the bike falls to the other, and the front wheel turns into that turn to catch the fall. Motorcycles don't like to fall down. They will do everything in their power to stay upright. And that the wheel will automatically come and catch the bike. So if I turn the wheel to the right and then start to lean left, and the wheel comes back to the left, I am not turning the wheel in the direction of the turn. I am merely letting the wheel go where it needs to go. If I try to turn the wheel in the direction of the turn, let's see here, I'll go counter steer and then turn the other way, I just stand right back up because I overdo it. You can't control that very well. Every time I turn the wheel in the direction of the turn, the bike stands up again. So I will consciously try to turn into the turn here, and as I'm going around, I keep on trying to steer in the direction I want to go, and I keep on standing up and fighting with the bike. It's just counter steer, let the wheel go where it needs to go. And we'll do that again even slower just to prove the point. Counter steer. And of course, the most important thing when you're turning is to look where you want to go. Everything else is secondary. If you look where you want to go, your body will automatically do the counter steering for you. If you don't look where you want to go, you're not going to get where you want to go. So people who say that you turn the wheel in the direction you want to go below X amount of speed are wrong. Plain and simple wrong. ICBC says this. ICBC is wrong. ICBC's experts are wrong. This is not true. This is a big problem for people who are starting off riding a motorcycle, because when they start off going slow, they think they point the bike in one direction to go in that direction, or they point the front wheel in a direction to go there. And then they end up all of a sudden falling over to the other side. And it's just ridiculous that something that's so obviously not true is still perpetuated by a lot of people who call themselves experts and a licensing agency like ICBC. It makes no sense at all. It's so obviously not true. But somehow this myth lives on. Now, someone recently commented on one of my videos to say that they counter steer through the whole turn. So what happens if you try to keep pushing the wheel or the bars to the right the whole time you're trying to go left? Well, I was going to crash. I had to stop because the lean angle was becoming way too much. If you do that, you will just run the wheel straight out from under you while the bike leans the other way. So this is a psychological thing. You think you're pushing on the bars still, but you aren't.